we were about to go on our first long distance run. I'm not a very good runner, so I was a little bit freaked out by this, but we started moving and we're doing pretty good, and I'm keeping up with my group who's really good runners and doing fine, but we start to come on the return journey and I'm starting to slow down. Mentally, I'm falling apart. In my head, I'm thinking, I can't do this, cannot do this. But my squad leader, he pulls me aside because he sees I'm falling apart, and he says, you're gonna go to the front of the group and you're gonna lead us back in. And so I went to the front, and the entire rest of the run, he just talked me through it. He said, you're stronger than this. I know you're better than this. You have it in you to do it. And I did, and I pulled through, and we got there, and I felt like crap. I was gonna probably puke, but I felt really good inside because I had accomplished this thing. It's my belief that people at this school don't really know what the program's about. They don't know why we're here. And it's my hope that by talking to you guys today, you'll learn a little bit about our purpose, our history, and a little bit about how we work. Bottom line, the purpose of ROTC is to train officers for the Army. ROTC stands for Reserve Officers Training Corps, so it's in the name that we're training officers. The military, and the U.S. military in particular, is one of the most efficient and organized organizations in the world. And for that, you need strong, certified, professional leaders. So they go to college campuses and they get people that are well educated and they have certain skills towards a certain area to provide for the military. And on top of that, Army wants people that once they get out of the Army, they're not just gonna have skills that are only for the Army. They have skills that are gonna translate into civilian life, and that'll contribute to society as a whole. Now that you know a little bit about our purpose, it's important to know where we came from. According to GoArmy.com, the ROTC program was formally established in 1916 under the National Defense Act. It was actually started for the reserves. That's why the name says Reserve Officer Training Corps. It's designed to train officers for the reserves, not for the active military. According to today's military.com, it was actually mandatory for all males to participate until about the 1960s, when the Vietnam War broke out and everybody was kind of against the military at that time. And women weren't really a part until the first class was commissioned in 1976. Now that you know a little bit about the history, it's important to know how we work on the campus today. It's a 4-year program. It goes right alongside your degree, so that when you graduate with your degree in 4 years, you will commission as an officer and you'll go into the Army and serve using your degree. In your first 2 years of the program, you have no military obligation. You can just do it for fun. But after your second year, you have to do what we call contract, which is basically signing and saying, I'm gonna commit to serve in the military after I graduate. The thing that people always hear about is the scholarships. And according to ClaremontMcKennaCollege.com, which is our battalion's website, there's different kinds of scholarships. There's 2-year, 3-year, and 4-year scholarships, meaning that the Army will pay for all of your tuition for those years, and then APU, out of respect for the military, will pay for your housing. So you pretty much get everything paid for. And the commitment with that after you graduate is that you serve 8 years in the military, 3 of which have to be active duty, so after that you can do reserves. And then for people that are scholarshiped, it's the same commitment, 8 years, but 4 of those years have to be active duty. In college, with APU here, we do about 10 hours, or plus or minus, of participation each week. 3 times a week, we do physical training. 1 time a week, we do class, and then every other Friday or so, we do labs that are like 5 hours. We go out and we do battle drills and we get hands-on training in all things Army. It's my understanding that the majority of people on this campus still won't know what Army ROTC is about. But it's my hope that by sharing with you guys a little bit of our purpose, our history, and how we work, that you might share that with your peers, and the rest of the campus will get a better understanding. Since that first run at the very beginning of the year, I've come a long way and I've accomplished a lot of things, and it's that feeling of really, putting yourself out there and giving it everything you've got, and just that feeling of accomplishment that makes it something that I really love to do.